Welcome to the Holdem Manager 2 introduction video. The purpose of this video is to show you in real time how the current version of Holdem Manager 2 functions. We're just going to cover a sliver of the new features currently available in Holdem Manager 2. Future videos, along with the Holdem Manager blog, will provide more detailed information. As you'll see, the interface has been completely reworked from the ground up. There's performance enhancements abound throughout Holdem Manager 2. One of the biggest improvements is the hand importing speeds. You're going to see 2, 3, 4 times the import speed that you did in Holdem Manager 1. There are 5 main tabs inside of Holdem Manager 2. When Holdem Manager first launches, you're greeted with the Home tab. Here you can add various widgets to help aid in your daily poker routine. This is also the place to quickly access database management features. One of the big features we included with Holdem Manager 2 is HM Sync. HM Sync is an optional service allowing you to store a database on the cloud server for backup purposes, or to keep 2 PCs synced up to the same database. Let's check out the new Report tab. We have 3 main windows here and they all work together. The hand view is updated based on the line selected in the main report view. The embedded replayer is updated based on hands that are selected in the hand view. Each quadrant also has tabs on the right side to display more information. Up here in the ribbon is where you add and remove reports. On the right side of the main report screen are graphing options for all Holdem Manager reports. Over on the left is a new intuitive Add Stats selector. Simply start typing and stats will be returned based on your search. New heat maps allow you to visually see ranges along with money won or lost, graph any line in a report. Filters have quick filters allowing you to see how filters are made. We added new powerful Omaha hole card filters and bet sizing filters. There's also new interactive help. This updates based on what user interface option you last clicked. Let's check out the replayer. This was completely redesigned from the ground up. New features include EV by Street, streaming notes, seamless note caddy integration, along with the ability to tweet hands or upload to the free Holdem Manager 2 iPhone app. You can quickly change what HUD you want displayed by clicking Config and selecting a new HUD. Let's select the new normalized range chart HUD. This displays a normalized range bar graph based on the type of game being played. You'll notice 2 players have a green box around their HUD. These are based on auto rate rules or by simply changing the icon to a colored icon. The green players are fish in my database, and you can see how the normalized range chart HUD displays this information by having most or all of their basic stat bars to the far right. This means they are way out of the norm. Also be sure to check out the versus hero stats for the HUD. Note Caddy is incredibly powerful. If you hover over a Note Caddy icon in the HUD, Note Caddy will show you all the interesting situations that took place. Note Caddy will even tell you how strong or weak the player was using spark graphs. Note Caddy notes and spark graphs update in real time as you play at live tables as well. This player's spark graph tells us he limps with a wide range in late position and limps with a weaker range in early position. He also plays flush draws aggressively. At the bottom we can see he's very weak when he stabs at small pots on the river. He's been caught twice doing this with error over 350 hands. By pressing the play button in the Note Caddy note, you can replay all the hands for that particular note. Editing your HUD also has big improvements. The most noticeable feature is the HUD will update in real time as you edit it. You can also change the HUD here. Here I'm adding a new line in some of the new versus hero stats. Notice how the HUD box in the top left updates in real time. You can also quickly get to all HUD options while playing at the table by clicking Settings, then Edit Configuration. The new Session Tools tab includes consolidated windows giving you an overview of sessions as you play them. You can even review old sessions with Session Tools. The top left window displays overall session stats, hands played, biggest pot won or lost, along with your overall win rate for that session. The top right window shows hands for that session. If you use the graphing option here, hands will scroll as you play them like a stock ticker. Down in the bottom right, we have the Replayer and Hand Viewer. Both the Replayer and Hand Viewer windows are available throughout Holdem Manager 2. Manual note-taking also has a major overhaul. You can now tag notes with a preset tag or create your own tag, add a general hand note or a note based on the street. Player notes can also be added here. Table Manager occupies the bottom left window. Here you can view how a table is playing overall and assign a HUD to a table with the smaller poker sites. Let's look at the Opponents tab next. This is basically summaries and player analysis. On the summary page here you can see I have all the players in my database, and down the bottom right there's a bell curve. Now for whatever player is highlighted up here, it's going to show you where they fall in this bell curve. And you can use this to see what optimal stats are for the games and stakes that you play. You can also view normalized ranges in the bottom left by filtering by game type and number of players at the table. This will highlight stats where the player is out of the normalized range. Player analysis is an incredibly powerful tool. Here you can drill down what lines villains are taken throughout the hand. When you're playing live, a player list will populate on the far left, allowing you to quickly drill down how villains play based on position, pre-flop betting line, flop board texture, and the post-flop betting action. Let's do a quick example with myself as the villain. First, I'm going to see what hands I call a 3-bet with. You can see lots of hands are returned, so let's look at the heat map to get a better idea of my called 3-bet range. Now let's see how the range changes when I'm out of position. Much better. Most of my Ace-X offsuit hands are gone. Still a pretty wide open range for calling 3-bets out of position though. This is a small example of the power here. You can also filter by flop board texture and betting action post-flop, even the size of the bet post-flop. The other tabs here include stat analysis and notes. Here you can see normalized ranges based on game type along with a radar graph visually displaying this information. Big hands allow you to filter hands by money won or lost. Tournament players, we didn't forget about you either. 99% of the new cash game features work for tournament players, and we added a bunch of new functionality for tournament players as well. A couple of the new tournament reports are pre-ante versus post-ante and tournament stack size. New tournament tagging allows you to edit tournament types by category, create your own tournament along with simplified tournament filtering. We also added new tournament filters to the main filters. Here you can filter by tournament tags, buy-in, structure, tournament type, number of players, and my personal favorite, the bust-out hand. The last tab we're going to talk about is the HM Apps tab. This is where all the Holdem Manager apps will be listed. If you own a Holdem Manager 1 app, your license will transfer over to Holdem Manager 2 without a fee. This video covers a fraction of the new features Holdem Manager 2 has to offer. Request your Holdem Manager 2 beta code by visiting holdemmanager.com.